what is best. In any kind of weather, it knows how to feather its nest. They are used to live in high style, can spot the slightest trouble coming for miles. That's why I believe that it's true. It's good to look at life from a bird's eye view.
Mr. Arnott.
Ah, hello, my little flower.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm fixing these doors for you so they don't stick no more.
Oh, how'd you get in?
Same as you, through that door.
But I locked that door.
Yes, well, as soon as I've done this, I'll get you a new lock.
He needs a new lock?
Well, it does now. You see, I had to break in.
Oh, you had to break in?
Yeah, well, don't you worry. I've as good as new in no time. Just like these. There you are. Have a go at that.
Okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop. There's no need to do that anymore. Look.
Hey, Mr. Arnott, it swings.
That's right. It was stuck top and bottom. That's why you do all this charging bit.
Yeah, well, thank you.
That's only being neighbourly. Oh, by the way, I've taken the bookshelves off that wall and I've put them up on that wall. See?
Oh, well, thank you.
That's right. And I put some new cupboards up in the kitchen.
Oh.
There we go. Now I'll nick off and I'll go and get you that new lock.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Arnott, your tools.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well,
thank you.
Anytime you're in the neighborhood, just break in.
Right.
New cupboards.
Oh. Maggie?
Yeah?
Kettle's boiling. Will you make some coffee?
Yeah, coffee. I don't even know where to begin to look for the coffee.
Okay, I'll find it.
Okay. Hey, Mill, be careful of the doors. You okay?
I'm scared. I thought I saw my life passing before my eyes. Turned out to be my underwear. Oh, what happened?
Well, Mr. Arnott fixed the door.
He's been at it again.
Yeah, he's been at everything.
Oh, well, Maggie, you can imagine what it's like being a master carpenter who's out of work.
Well, can you imagine what it's like being a master carpenter who's out of work? Neighbors, cupboards everywhere that we don't need, and broken locks.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yes, and I've got a lot of splinters in mine. Oh, look, Mill, I feel sorry for him, too. Coffee. But let's face it, since he moved into this building, we have not had 1 minute's peace.
Yes, I know what you mean. The hammering's beginning to get on my nerves, too.
Well, it's not just the noise. Yesterday, I walked into the bathroom and found a sawhorse. I couldn't even take a bath with that wooden thing staring at me.
Well, look, we've just got to find him a job.
Millie, we've been running that ad for a week now, and nothing.
Oh, did you check today's mail?
Yeah, nothing. Just a bill from the newspaper.
Bad?
Well, we may have to find another job to pay for finding a job for Fred.
How much? £10.
$24.
Well, in anybody's language, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Divide by the days of the month times the price of an average meal.
Gotta find myself a new hairdryer. Well, how's it going? Any luck?
Oh, from judging by this, we should have filed for bankruptcy last month. Oh, poor Fred.
We're filing for bankruptcy and it's poor Fred? Oh, all right, Mill. I am just as concerned as you are.
£10. I mean, where are we going to find another £10?
Well, if I came up with £5, we'd only need 5 more, right?
Oh, don't be silly. Where would you come up with £5?
You never know where you're going to find money.
Maggie, that's marvelous. Just a minute. Why are you holding out on £5?
Holding out?
Well, share and share alike, remember?
Yeah, we share and share alike.
Except for this £5.
Well, that's in case of an emergency.
Maggie, we had an emergency last week. You didn't offer it then.
Mill, an emergency does not mean a new blouse for you. Besides, that's only £5. We need 5 more. Uh-huh. Share and share alike, huh?
Well, we are sharing now.
Hey, we've got enough to run the ad for another week. Well, if that doesn't get a job for Fred, I don't know what will. Quick, he's coming. Don't let him see it. Here.
Hello, Fred.
Hello, Millie. Here, I say, what do you think about that door? Did you get a surprise?
I got a clothesline round my neck, but yes, it was a surprise.
For you and my dear love will never meet.
You sound very chirpy this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm happy, ain't I? I got myself a job.
Oh, he got himself a job. Yeah. He got himself a job?
He got himself a job.
And when I finish this job, I'm up to Scotland.
You got a job in Scotland? How'd you get that?
Well, I went down to the employment exchange. I said I'm a carpenter and I want a job, didn't I?
Oh, did he?
My guess is he did.
Yeah, and that was quite easy. And you know some poor fool's gone to put an advertisement in the newspaper for a carpenter's job? Can you imagine that?
No, I can't imagine it.
Yeah, that poor fool should have known all you've got to do is go into the employment exchange to get a job.
Poor fool. Listen, what sort of job have you got in Scotland?
Oh, I'm working for a real lord. Yes, I'm fixing up his family seat, and that's an actual castle.
A real lord?
An actual castle.
And Lord McBracken, he said I could bring any of my friends up any time I wanted to. So I'm relying on you two to come up and visit me.
We'd love to. When?
Well, in a few weeks' time, I'll let you know.
Oh, lovely.
There we are. You got a new lock and I got a new job. Well, I don't like sticky goodbyes, so I'll just say so long.
Okay, so long. Oh, Mr. Arnott.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe.
Oh, Maggie, share alike?
Yep.
Oh, you're very strong, aren't you?
Together. Oh, Fred's got a job and we got £10 we didn't know we had. How much should we spend the £10 on?
Well, I think we should hire a carpenter.
What?
Yes, to fix the lock Fred just put in.
Oh.
How are we going to get into Beecham's office with her sitting there?
Miss Fosdyke is a creature of habit. In exactly 5 seconds, she will be leaving for her morning tea break. That never fails. Now listen, you keep a lookout while I sneak a look at the flight schedule.
Hey, Millie. Millie, I really don't think this is a very good idea.
Maggie, the only way that we can visit Fred and spend a weekend with Lord McBracken is by getting to Scotland. And the only way we can get to Scotland is if there's room on one of the flights.
Yes, and the only way we can check the flights is to look at the flight schedules on Mr. Beecham's desk.
Right.
Why don't we just ask him?
Oh, Maggie, you know Mr. Beecham.
Oh, all right, I'll be the lookout.
Okay, well, give a yell if you see him coming.
Okay.
Pardon, mademoiselle. I go to Paris by flight.
Really?
I look for the going away lounge, but it has go away.
Oh, you mean the departure lounge? Oh, well, go down there, take the first left, go about 4 yards, then go past the candy counter, take a... No, I better show you. Come on.
Come on.
Get back on lookout. I don't want old fish face to catch me.
Old who?
Old fish...
Just what do you think you're doing in here, Miss Grover?
Oh, well, I was a little early, so I thought I'd come in and tidy your desk for you.
Tidy my desk. I see you've done it in your usual efficient manner.
Hurry up. He'll be here any minute.
He certainly will.
What a pleasant surprise, Mr. Beecham.
It must be. Who'd expect to find me in my office? I suppose you've come to help Miss Grover tidy up.
Yes, I've come to help tidy up.
Well, you two just tidy your little heads off. Then perhaps you'll explain why you broke into my office.
Oh, Mr. Beecham, you're right. We did break in, but only to look at the flight schedules. We wondered if there were any free facility seats on the flight to Edinburgh this weekend. Sir, please.
I see. Well, I'm delighted you've decided to be honest about it. Honesty is the best policy. There's no one I respect more than a really honest person.
Oh, then you will let us fly to Scotland?
Not in a million years.
But you...
I said honesty was the best policy. I didn't say it'd get you a free seat on an airplane.
Oh, come on, Maggie. We'd better wire Lord McBracken that we can't come.
Did you say Lord McBracken?
Yes. Do you know him?
Not directly, of course, but I know about him. I have studied the nobility, you know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was reading about him only the other day in a book called Lords of Scotland. Fascinating stuff.
Oh, yes. Fascinating.
And how do you come to know his lordship, Miss Grover?
Oh, well, I don't know him. Our friend Fred knows him.
Your friend is a friend of Lord McBracken's.
Yes, well, it's all very friendly.
And you're going up to stay with him, just the two of you?
Well, Lord McBracken did say that we could bring any of our friends to his castle for the weekend.
Any of your friends to his castle?
Isn't it a shame about the tickets? Our friend, Mr. Beecham, could have come with us.
Oh, well, we'll just have to wire Lord McBracken that the three of us can't come.
Just a minute. What do you know? 3 last-minute cancellations for the flight to Edinburgh. All right.
Come over here and I'll show you. Come on.
There he is.
McBracken the brave.
Yeah, that's the McBracken that conquered this place 300 years ago in a bit of a punch-up with hatchets.
Oh, can I not finish my own legend?
He takes so long.
And then, on one dark night, he was cut off in his prime, murdered in this room, on that very spot. Yon faithful eagle was on his arm, and Lady McBracken, all unaware of the dastardly deed, deaf as a post the poor body was practicing on that very spinet. Now come on with me and I'll show you some nice fresh blood stains.
It's spooky, isn't it? Mr. Beecham, do you believe in ghosts?
Me? Of course not.
They say it's all in the mind.
Then you two should have nothing to worry about.
Oh, Maggie, I didn't know you played the spinet. Maggie, that's very... Maggie? Maggie, are you awake?
No.
Well, wake up. He's staring at me.
Oh, Millie, it's just a picture. Go back to sleep.
Maggie? He's staring at you, too.
Millie, if he worries you that much, why don't you get up and turn his face to the wall?
Well, that's a good idea. I've got a better idea.
What?
You turn his face to the wall.
Oh, don't tell me you're afraid of a little oil and canvas. What's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing really. It's just when I got up there and he saw me, his eyes lit up. There you are. You see, you're scared too. No, not really. I just don't dig guys with lighted eyes.
Now, do you believe me about the spinet?
Yes.
What is it? You're making enough racket to waken the dead.
Oh, don't say that.
Mr. Beecham, we'd like you to take a look at that portrait.
Why, are you thinking of putting in a bid for it? At 1 o'clock in the morning?
No, well, we'd like you to cast an eye over it.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it was a fairly typical example of the immediate pre-Raphaelite school. Rather mundane brushwork. Can't see the signature of the artist. Has a certain primitive quality, I suppose. I'd say...
Now, lasses, what's all the clamour about?
It's Mr. Beecham.
He's vanished.
Mr. Beecham, vanished. Come now, lassie. You must be imagining things. Let's take a wee look, shall we? Come on.
Nothing unusual about the
Oh,
picture at all.
Mr. Beecham, I never thought I'd be glad to see you. I mean, are we glad to see you?
There's some notion you had disappeared.
Disappeared? Me? I'm not the kind who disappears.
Mr. Beecham, are you putting us on?
Look what you've done now. You've woken up his lordship.
Ah, that's all right. I just wanted to make sure the girls were comfortable. If you're not happy here, is there somewhere else you'd like to sleep tonight?
How about Chicago?
I know what we all need is a wee drop of something to rock us off to sleep, eh? Come on, come on. Oh, thank you. It's amazing how Fred's cocoa sends you off to sleep. It never fails with me.
There you are, Mr. Beecham. You get your mouth round that. That'll put some hairs on your chest. My lord, show Mr. Beecham your tapestries. You haven't done that yet.
You're right, Fred. It shows the full gory horror of the slaughter of MacBracken the Brave. Maybe you lasses would like to see it too.
Well, not really. Maybe later when it comes out in paperback.
Come on.
Mill, I'm going to take a real close look at that spinet.
Are you?
Yes. And then I'm going to go over that portrait inch by inch.
Honest?
Yes. And then I'm going to figure out the disappearing act of Mr. Beecham.
When?
Just as soon as I get up the courage to get off this bench.
Bird?
Big bird.
Mr. Beecham! Mr. Beecham! Mr. Beecham!
What now, ladies?
Well, Millie was just attacked by that canary with the fringe on top.
You two don't still think there's spooky forces abroad?
Never mind abroad, they're over there.
Did you see anything, Mr. Beecham?
Well, I know one's eyes do play tricks with one at this hour of the night, but it did seem to me that falcon was fidgeting about a bit.
Come now, ladies. There's no need for nervousness.
Oh, I'm not nervous.
No, then stop picking my nails.
There's no need for nervousness. These old castles play on the imagination, that's all.
Well, as far as my imagination's concerned, it's not playing fair.
Thanks so much.
Would you feel better if you're taking the spare bedroom between Fred's and mine, eh?
That's right. If anything goes bump in the night, we'll be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
How about 1 shake?
You're on.
And you just stay where you are, Mr. Beecham. I'll be back in a minute to make you a proper nightcap.
Me stay down here alone?
You ain't scared, are you, Mr. Beecham?
No, of course not. Beecham, pull yourself together. You're just overtired, that's all it is. It's those hysterical females who are to blame for keeping you up all night. I mean, ask yourself. A suit of armor couldn't possibly have given you a light now, could it? Wait for me!
castle, not Bracken.
That's on it. He's scarpered. I told you you'd go too far.
Oh, what about yourself?
Remember what you said about all this not being ghosts?
I'm beginning to suspect who it might be.
You'd better tell him, Fred.
Well, it's your castle.
Ah, but they're your ghosties.
Yeah, well, you see, he was getting a bit short of cash and he wanted to open up the old place for tourists.
Aye, there's a terrible lot of competition these days. They won't come to a castle unless you can guarantee a haunting.
So he had the idea...
You had the idea.
Well, we had the idea to rig the old place up with a few spooks, you see.
So you got us here to scare us half to death?
Well, I knew you two girls wouldn't mind, you know, and we open next week, and we've got to try the haunting out on someone, and say we've got the place crawling with tourists and not a spook to be seen.
Oh, that would be frightening.
And what about Mr. Beecham? Are you just going to let him run away?
Well, he reckons the place is haunted, doesn't he?
You're not going to tell him about your ghosties?
Well, with all his work on the airlines, he must know a whole lot of tourists and that, mustn't he?
Oh, so you're hoping he'll spread the word that the castle's haunted?
You won't tell him any different, will you? I'm on commission, you see.
What? Imagine Beecham being afraid of ghosts.
You got to laugh, ain't you?
He went tearing out.
That's a clever idea, Fred. Why didn't you tell me about your laughing ghost?
Because I didn't invent no laughing ghost.
Surprise!